So sorry, Michelle, but we're gonna work with this. This we need to go with the flow. This gives us just a little bit less time with the speed readings at 4:30. Michelle, are you with us?
Hi, Sheri. Yeah, I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
Great. Let me introduce you. So I know you're going to be doing channeling of the higher masters and doing light language and everything above and beyond. I know that, the title that we picked months ago, I don't even believe it's what you even do anymore. You are known as a SoulMojo. She's an empath, trance channel, spiritual communicator, evidential medical mediumship. She's a spiritual intuitive coach, animal communicator, recently tapping into her abilities at light language channel. She has communicated with Quan, Jesus, amongst other higher ascended masters. She can provide messages to your guides and help you on your spiritual journey. She is here in this life to help you and others heal, transform, and find their highest souls, purpose, and she's a co-author of The Sacred Feminine. And you can find her on Clubhouse /SoulMojo and Facebook /Michele Boyer 71. So go ahead, Michelle, take it to the stage.
All right, thank you, Sheri. Hello, everyone. So I'm Michele. I just wanted to talk briefly about what we offer. Our gifts, my partner and I, Bobby, who I'm sure everyone saw earlier, our gifts have, we're finding out that they work in very unique ways. So we've been doing our work together and doing sessions together with people. We do light language activations, and what it does is it unlocks the DNA that's dormant, what they call junk DNA. So the light language, my guides, our guides, give us codes to unlock these spiritual DNAs that within all of us, so we've had experiences many times now where we've done an activation for someone, let's say a light language activation, and before the activation's even complete, they're just already speaking light language or singing it. A lot of times it comes out in song. It also comes out through writing, through art, dance, music. That's the beauty of it, is it can come out in many forms. Play, that's another one. Yeah. And so with the light language, it is a soul language. It's the language of the soul. So even if we don't understand it with our cognitive brain, that it surpasses that. It goes into the subconscious brain. So the soul feels it, the soul recognizes it. And so when we're doing these activations for people, a lot of times sometimes people start to shake because it's just activating things. Sometimes people get cold, sometimes people sweat, sometimes they get excited, so it just depends on what's going on with each individual. But what we do know is that it is uniquely designed for each person. And I thank my guides and my team, my mother, who is passed. She's been on my spiritual team since I was 11, and I have to thank her for that. Just really realizing how much she's been a part of my spiritual gifts that I've had my whole life. So we are offering, I also offer doing mediumship. I can get in touch with your lost loved ones. Sometimes even pets that will come through. And so that's always a treasure. I also help to integrate and connect others with their higher self and higher selves, actually. So we have more than one. Oh, there goes my dog. Anyway, and I can help people to figure out their life path. They're living in their most authentic self. I do channel for others on projects. Some of the projects Bob and I are working on at this point are very, very technical, scientific things that is beyond my limited experience, and some of the words I don't understand, I don't recognize, but that's okay. And it's just astonishing what has been coming through, and the technicality of it all. It amazes me, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this, and the way that to see my partner's gifts open up the ways that they have, it's just so heartwarming. So I'm trying not to get emotional, but anyway, I want to open it up. I feel like maybe there's some questions, and I would love to take some questions and have that kind of dialogue. So feel free to ask any questions. If anyone has any questions, just please let me know. Please feel free to unmic and ask whatever you wish. And there's no wrong question. So don't be afraid. So with that, and also let's see.
Have them hit the emotion button and with the raise of hand.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is that how it works? Okay. Okay. Yes. Someone asked, do I see spirits? Yes. Yes. And yes. My Bobby's trying to tell me something. Yes, I do see spirits. We actually were just on a show last night, and I don't know if I can put the link on here. I'll try to do that. And I can put the link on here. You can go to the Facebook and watch it. We were interviewed by Holly, and Holly Broderick, I believe is her last name.
Yeah, Broderick.
Yeah, and her boyfriend, they do a podcast every Friday. So we were guest speakers on there last night, and we shared some of our pictures that we have taken here at our property. And it's a very active property. There's a lot of spirits here, a lot of beings. Now. Yes, less now. We had to do some clearing because it was a little too intense. And close some portals. But yeah, I do. We have video, we have pictures, a ton of pictures. And you know, my hope is to get this out there. The spirit realm is right next to us. It is actually the fourth dimension, but it is right next to us. Our loved ones literally are here with us all the time. Yeah. They're next to it. They watch our lives, you know, from the other side. They know what we're doing. I mean, they come through with confirmation all the time in readings for things that like we wouldn't know what was going on with the other person's, you know, the client's life. Very detailed. So yeah, it's just very to see those connections made, and to know, you know, just it brings a little bit of peace and joy. But yeah, we see spirits, we see beings, multiple beings, many beings I've never even seen before, never on a movie, anything like that. So yeah, it's been fun. There's never a dull here in our lives, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. And oh, and someone, okay, yes. So I'm in room, my room is 369, as it says right here by my name. Oh, that's our room. Bobby says that's our room, because we had one of our computers is not working. So it crashed. So we are just going to be combined in this room, number 369. Yeah, so thank you for your question. If there's any other questions, please let me know. How do I know if I'm being protected by?
You haven't even started. Why don't you teach us something?
Oh, okay. I was just getting to this question. Someone asked, how do I know if you're being protected by a deceased loved one, or just being bugged by an evil spirit? That's a great question. So for me, it comes with a feeling. A lot of times what's happened to me in my life is even sometimes before meeting someone, if I know I'm going to meet this person, sometimes what'll happen is immediately I'll get a relative. I'll get like, oh, I feel like it's their mother coming through. She's got a message. So and it's always, they'll come through with confirmation. They come through with absolute confirmation. So I feel like there's never been anything of negative. from spirit realm, loved ones come through with only love, only forgiveness, only to heal. And it's for healing for both. It's healing on both sides. So it's like soul wound healing. They come through with closure, and to let their loved ones know that they're always with us. They come through to right any wrongs, to make apologies, if that's necessary. But it's only of love. It has never been anything but that. And so that's my discernment. It is only of love. It is only for the highest and best good of who is getting the reading, and for all humanity, for all mankind. Yeah. So one thing for me, Sheri wanted me to teach something about for discernment. So I'm sorry, did you want to say something?
No, you're good.
Okay. So for discernment, so here's how I for this was what works for me. It doesn't, it means like everyone find their own path is what I've always believed, because what works for one may not work for another. So for me personally, what I do when I'm connected, I always do set my intention. I make sure I'm grounded. I make sure I'm connected to my heart space. And I always, I put boundaries, I put rules on it. So I always say, for only the highest, greatest good, only love, only living being of the highest and greatest good, and only of that of love and light. So, and there's no exceptions to that. There's nothing else that's going to be coming through that would interfere. So really staying in that connected heart space, for me, I feel that's key. Also, in developing spiritual gifts, we can do things like when we're getting in this state, in a meditative state, and we are connected and we feel just peace and bliss state. Ask yourself, what does a no feel like in my body? So if you ask yourself and just relax and just let yourself go with what's coming in. So ask yourself, what does a no mean to me? And where do I feel it in my body? What does my body do? So sometimes, like a no for me might be leaning forward. Sometimes it's leaning to the left, for other people, or the right or backwards. So that's just one thing. It's good to have a series, like that's the first check. If I ever have a doubt, and which it doesn't happen very often, but with some of these words that come through with this stuff that my boyfriend and I are doing is very technical and very specific. It's like quantum physics and stuff. So it's very new for me. And I need to get confirmation that I'm getting a word correctly. So I do these checks where I'll have a second check, a second yes or no to do. And so I go through that. So what is my second yes? And so these are all just kind of checks that you can put in place for yourself to really make sure you're having discernment with what's coming through. Yeah, so I think there was another question.
Also,
I have to go back up to read
the
this.
raising and lowering vibration.
Yeah. Also, just making sure that we are to getting to that heart space. It's whatever. Sometimes I've heard people say that they go run and play for 10 minutes before they start to meditate, and that obviously that amplifies our vibration. It releases endorphins, because anything that's coming through spirit, it is there's just nothing negative and nothing on that spectrum. There's no fear, there's none of that. So I feel like whatever works for each person, and it's fun trying to figure out figure out all these different suggestions, and but finding your own path in the process too, and honoring that. And sometimes, it might work for a while, and then you might have to develop something else, because that does happen when we go through our ascension. Things that used to work for us sometimes they don't work anymore. So yeah, it's part of that. So we need to develop a new system. So anyway, I hope that helps with that. I have another question here. I'll just read it real quick. Can spirits move objects? I had items change places. later on, I realized it's a spirit. It was confirmed by a medium by the time, as it were. Okay, yes. Yeah, I actually have a, I'll tell a real quick story about that. So one of the missions, I will say, that my boyfriend Bobby and I have been made aware of is to rewrite the Bible. But this is going to be a group effort, is not just the two of us. There's a group of 40 pairs, but so it's more than 40. So we are doing that, and we started to slack off a little bit, and I have bookcases on the other side of this wall, and one day I walked in and there was there was a book. It was laying face down on the floor about 8 feet from the bookcase. And I picked it up and I was like, well, okay, I get the message. I didn't know what it was at the time. So I got the message that it was obviously spirit trying to tell me something, because I know that that book was not on the floor when I'd walked out the house 5 minutes before that. So I picked it up, turned it over, and it was an edition of the Bible. I don't remember which one, but anyway, so, and then I said, okay, I hear you loud and clear, message received, put it back on the shelf. I started to walk into my bedroom. I hear a noise immediately. I'm 10, 15 feet away by this time, and I hear a noise and a thunk. And I turn around and the book is on the floor again in the same space. And yeah, so they definitely can. We've had, sometimes they'll move our curtains a lot, and it's just their way of letting us know. They'll turn our lights on and off.
Flashlights.
Oh, flashlights too. They'll do the flashlights too sometimes. And yes, in the garage, they like to mess with the lights in the garage all the time. But Bobby's got his crystals out there too, so I don't know, maybe they're lonely. So yeah, so, and then what else do they do? I know they've opened our doors before. Yeah, they've opened the garage door several times. So yeah, they definitely can. I feel like it takes energy for them to do those kind of things. And it was explained to us, Bobby, do you remember that, how it was explained, if they can't move the objects? Because it was something about the density. Do you remember? But yeah, it was they've said, actually I can just translate it. I mean, I can say it and you can translate it, but if anyone wants to know that question. But anyway, so they have said that it does take, like a buildup of energy to do those things. Yeah. So so yeah, when those things happen, and who it's from, and so also fairies do this kind of thing too. So
it takes a lot of energy to connect with people on this side.
Yes,
Very
and also
hard work.
yes, oh, that's true. Bobby was just reminding me that it takes a lot of energy for our loved ones to come through from the other side, because we don't cross and then just all of a sudden know how to connect to the earth world, to the earth grid again, and get a message through to love still here. So it takes a lot of effort, a lot of some just have a harder time than others. Some connect and their energy is very, very powerful and they are getting through no matter what. So it's with each soul, it has a different energy with it. And that's really because we are all energy. So it's just that different frequency and different vibration that comes. And when we cross, our consciousness goes with us. When we cross, we retain all those memories. It's stored in our soul blueprint. It's everything is stored there. So when we cross, whatever awareness where we are on our spiritual path, that's the awareness that we cross with. So some souls are much easier to reconnect and get messages through. Others have a harder time. Like my stepmom had a hard time when she first crossed. she would try to reach us through the telephone. And I do understand that that spirits do travel through phone lines. And I know with all the cell phones, it's a little harder, but she tried several times to reach us through the telephone. And then also turning on the lights in the kitchen, she would do that. But it's been hard for her to come through since she's passed. It's just so, it just is. So sometimes she'll come through with my father and grandfather. And anyway, yeah. So it's okay. Yeah. I have another message here. Sorry. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay. Sorry, I've got to scroll down to read the messages to see what the other questions were. Okay. So yeah, I think that I'm out of time. And oh, one more question.
You've got a few minutes, sweetie.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that I was done because someone just messaged saying they're ready. Can spirits reach you through dreams? Absolutely. Yeah, great question. Thank you for asking that. Yeah, that is one way that they will come through. And that's I was just sharing about my stepmother. That's the only way she comes through. Sometimes, like in the beginning, that was the only way that she would come through, was in my dreams. So one thing about dreams is they are not just dreams. Our loved ones will reach us in our dreams, and sometimes they give us information. Sometimes, they just want to take us on a journey. I know, like when my stepmom passed, she took me on a journey where she was flying a plane, like a little 2-seater plane, and it felt real as could be. Like I was there, I could smell the air, I could feel it. And we were doing loops, and it's just because she was a caregiver her whole life, and she didn't get to have fun. So I just, heaven's whatever we want to make it. It's our own reality, and it can be whatever we want it to be. So no problem. Okay, and then the last question I'll answer here is what does fairy energy mean? So what they call is the fairies they call them the fae. Now, and that reminds me, we have to give ours an offering.
Question for you, by the way.
Yeah. So we have to. So with the fairies, and I actually have a picture, a really good picture. I wish I could share it here, of a fairy that we caught on camera, and just very, very cool looking. But she has this big kind of cone hat and the little thing on the top, and she carries a little wand that has, like, I don't know what electrical feeling out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the fairy energy. So the fairies, they're always around, like they're everywhere. They're they're there too. Even though can't always see them. I know I do feel them quite often. I just got a little dizzy before you asked that question, so that was probably them wanting to connect. They want us to know. They want us to know them.
Excited.
They get excited when they know that we can see them and communicate with them.
And people are remembering.
Yes, and people are remembering. It's all that childhood enchantment and wonderment. To me, it's just it's the way to source, to spirit, keeping that just the possibility that anything is possible, and miracles do happen every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, fairy energy. The one thing I can tell you about them, though, for sure, is they want. Yes, they want an offer, like give them a thing of peanuts or something, sometimes toys, whatever speaks to you, but like have an agreement once a week or whatever it is, and once a month, that you'll put something out for them. They just want the acknowledgement. They do assist in a lot of ways. So yeah.
If you want to look up more to know about the fairies, you can look up something called genius loci. And it's like because they're like attached to the land, and they were like the original inhabitants here.
Part of them.
Yeah, part of them. And with them thinning the veil and removing some of the cloudiness of consciousness. People are coming back into awarenesses and remembrances that all of that stuff is real. It's just not on this plane of existence. And just like everything else, it's happening right now, along with us. There is no past, there is no future. It's all right now.
So I think that we're on time, Sheri. Is that correct? Or do we have more time?
I don't even know.
No, I think we're kind of out.
I think we're out of time, yeah. So if anyone would like a reading with us, 369 is where you can find us. And have fun, everyone that's here. It's great lineup, wonderful time here. And enjoy your day.
Don't go anywhere. I think we have a door prize.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Okay.
You have to write down our number.
Yeah, here. Here, I got a pen.
Got it right here.
Okay.
Up next is Allison. Allison will be joining us, and then we're going to be doing the speed readings, and then we will continue at 5 o'clock. So after Allison, if you want to take a 30-minute break to walk your dog, feed the kids, do a little meditation. Okay, so guys, I want you to put it in the chat from 0 to 100, an opportunity to win a session. 0 to 100, put your number in the chat. There we go. And you guys are going to be doing a, I'm sure, a combination session, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the value of the session, and how long is the session?
So we'll do a 30-minute session. You know, it really, if so, just $1 a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is your gift. This is your door prize.
Oh, so so we did for our quantum. Oh no, we'll do a DNA activation for 45 minutes.
Okay.
For half off. You want to do half
Yeah,
off?
that's fine.
Okay. 33.
Yeah.
45-minute DNA activation. Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
for
Put your
half
number
off
in
for
the
33.
chat. Okay, valued at 133.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're doing it half off.
30 minutes. No, right now we're doing a door prize at 45-minute session valued at $133 for a DNA activation. You guys want a session, put your number in the chat. I want you guys to write down a number on a piece of paper, and you can hold it up. Are you ready for the piece of paper?
Got it.
Did you write it down?
Yes.
Ready?
Not yet.
Okay. Yep. I'm gonna do
Now?
I'm gonna do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when I do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're gonna hold it up. Okay. Last minute, everybody write your number in the chat. Look how many people want a session with you. They're so excited. Okay. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and hold up your number. Of course.
Renee.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Renee.
And I'm sorry, Renald, you can only have one.
His first one was right.
You know, that was all he was gonna get, the 35. I know
Yeah.
he kept trying. Yeah.
They got excited.
Awesome.
All right, so
Yay.
yeah, no matter how many times, it was the first one anyway, so you got it.
Yeah.
Great.
Do you have the pen?
Yeah.
Renald, congratulations on the 3-3 and follow them to their room right now if you would like to make arrangements for the session. And you can also have sessions for $1 a minute all night long. Go to room number 2, which is where the booking room is. If you guys don't know how to do it, go to the bottom of your screen, click on the 3 dots, go to more, and then go to room number 2. Angela will help make appointments for you. Okay, guys?
All right, thank
Sheri,
you, everyone.
we haven't connected. We need to catch up because we've been there's been a lot.
I know, it's okay, guys, you know.
No, we're all
because-
good. Thank you, Sheri. We'll see you soon.
You know, we're never gonna leave each other. We're together forever.
Yeah.
Family, you're stuck with us.
We're powering through all the energetic stuff.
So Bobby, you're gonna be back on the main stage at 6 o'clock.
Mhm.
And Michelle, you're gonna be in the playroom at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, I didn't know I was in the playroom when I was in there. Somebody asked for a reading immediately, so we jumped right into that.
Yeah, you were supposed to be there at 1:30 in the playroom.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Oh, well.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
we're gonna go to
Thank
our
you,
room.
everyone.
All right, guys. Letting you
Bye.
know we're running about 15 minutes behind.